Hi, my name is Samar, but I also go by Sam or First Time Panner. You might know by now that I go by any of those because this is my 100th video. I am pre-filming this a tiny bit, so as long as I upload these videos in order and everything goes according to my haphazardly made plan, this should be my 100th video that I'm uploading to my channel. So hooray. This will be a Project Pan finale and a little bit of a little chit chat. Just don't worry, I know you're not here to listen to me talk about my thoughts, but I just wanted to give some of my thoughts on like my channel and my panning so far and like how I'm doing. So yeah, this video is gonna be a little bit weird, especially because I'm pre-filming this because I don't want to bring like all of my empty products or like the products that I'm not using with me on my trip that I'll be on at the end of the year. So I'll like post pictures of the products the few products that are still like I'm still working on. But the filming part is gonna all be done now, and I'm a little low energy right now, and this might not be the best video. I'm struggling a little bit. My mental health, just to be completely honest, let's just say it isn't too mentally healthy, and I'm joking, but I'm serious. So yeah, just bear with me a little bit. You might, and I'll talk about this a little bit later in the video too, but you might have noticed for a while now I haven't been like super enthusiastic. I've gotten a little bit better lately, but it's a bit on and off and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna get into the project finale now and talk about that later. Since this is my 100th video, I'll start with something exciting. A first ever empty for me, which is my first bronzer, and this comes from my e.l.f. Contour palette. Sorry, it's like reflecting a lot, but this comes from my e.l.f. Contour palette, which, as you can see, has had many different renditions of powders in here, but this is where the bronzer was, and I used all of it up on my face today. I don't know if my eyes are just blurry because it's like really late right now, or if the lighting is weird for some reason, but I don't know if you can tell, but I bronzed my forehead a lot, and that is because I am wearing, that's how I use this up. But I mean, I hardly had any left anyway, but I'm wearing for my foundation, instead of my usual powder foundation, I'm wearing my Tarte Amazonian clay foundation samples that I put into my what project was that in? Oh yeah, duh, it's like the only project that I'm still doing right now, my That's So 2000s project. I put that in my last update, and I'm wearing the entire thing now, so I used it up. But not only is it like super thick and dry, which I didn't like, mixing all of the shades together didn't exactly give me my perfect foundation color, which I didn't think it would. Luckily, it got the depth pretty close. It was just a little bit light, but it was like definitely way too neutral for me, so not enough warmth. So because it was slightly too light and way too neutral, I'm finding it hard to say neutral, I'm tired. I was able to use a lot of bronzer, like pretty much twice the amount of bronzer I usually use. So even though it's just one pan out of this quad, I'm still counting it as an empty just for my own sake because I really want to. So I'm really proud of myself. Not that it's the biggest feat, but I think it's always cool to have like your first empty of something. Next is another empty, and that is my Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Glow Serum. This is in the shade Main Squeeze, which kind of matched my skin tone. Maybe it was like a little bit darker, but it would sheer out, so it actually wasn't too bad. Like in well, it's not winter yet, but in the cooler months, this actually wasn't too dark on me because it sheared out and I thought it would be. So this is empty. I finished it yesterday. So, oh, well, there's like a little bit like of a mess on the tip, but I swear it's empty. I finished it yesterday and I'm wearing a different primer today, of course, but yeah, it's all gone. As you can see, nothing's coming out. The last like 4 times I used this, it was sputtering, so I really had to like squeeze every drop out of this. This lasted me so long for like a deluxe sample. Well, it wasn't really a sample. I like got this from a code that I put in a Sephora order, but whatever, you get it. Lasted a very long time. This is thin. It definitely is like a hydrating primer, so a little bit went a very long way. So it lasted longer than even my NYX serum primer did, and that one lasted a while. Before I get to my last empty that I have with me at the moment, I'll talk about one that I did not hit my ultimate goal on, but that's okay because I wasn't expecting to anyway. It's my Revlon Super Lustrous Lipstick in the shade Mink. So this is how much I have left, and as you can see, not that much at all. I'll show you what the difference is on the paper. Even though it's barely anything, there was a tiny difference. So here's the line markings, and you can see this very last line is just a tiny bit below the other one. So yeah, I wasn't expecting to finish that, and that's okay because I did kind of like compensate for all the products that I didn't think I would finish this year, so I will have enough empties by the actual end of the year to hit my like 23 product goal. So that's totally fine that I didn't finish it. I'm really glad that I got so much progress on this though, even though I think like I really should have finished a lipstick, especially a new lipstick, in a year. You know, my life has changed a lot since the beginning of the year when I put all of these products in, and it's okay that I didn't meet like all of my expectations. It just matters that I tried my best. My last empty for now is my powder foundation. This, as you can see, is a full pan, and that's because I repressed. Okay, so what was in here was a mixture of my Sephora powder foundation and my MAC powder foundation, and I mixed them together to get a perfect shade match for me because neither of them matched. So I finished up the first half of that, and what's in here now is almost the second half. It didn't all fit in here, so there's a little bit in another pan, but that doesn't matter because that's not what I'm talking about. I finished what was in that compact, so I'm counting that as an empty, even though I can't count like either of them as, oh, I accidentally just stuck my nail in there. Even though I can't count either of them as an actual empty, they're both 2 halves of an empty, so it's an empty, okay? So that's really exciting. I'm gonna start working on a new powder, kind of, for the new year, and I'm glad that I was able to meet my goal on that. I really didn't think I would be able to, and I think with that as an empty, I'll correct myself while I'm editing if I need to, but I think that actually puts me in this project at 24 empties, which is really cool. And yeah, so that's all of the stuff that I have for now. I will post a picture of like me with my like empty what's called Urban Decay eyeliner. I don't have like the markings on the paper, and I'm not gonna bring my notebook with me to show you, but you'll just be able to tell that it's done. And I'm also bringing with me my e.l.f. liquid shimmer shadow in the shade Galaxy. So I'm counting that as an empty no matter how much I use at the end, because I'm like literally just scraping at it with a tool at the bottom to get product. I already took the stopper out a while ago, so I'm counting that as an empty no matter how much product is left at the very bottom. But I'm still gonna use it while I'm on vacation up until the end of the year. There's a gnat in my room and it keeps buzzing around my face. I think it's attracted to this candle because this candle is a little sweet smelling. It's a new candle, by the way, Tinsel and Thyme from Target. I finished my other one, so that was a little bit of a treat for me. So I think this was a really nice video to have as my 100th video, even though I might not be like super enthusiastic. I think this is like a good way to talk about kind of where I am with panning at the moment. So I am definitely not quitting panning at all. I can't see myself quitting panning anytime in the near future. But I'm definitely, as you'll see next year, I'm definitely restructuring how I'm doing my panning this year, kind of as I mentioned earlier. And as you might have seen, like for pretty much the second half of the entire year, this year was really, really hard for me. And I'm not going to go into too much detail. I can't at the moment. But 2023 was definitely the most difficult year of my entire life. And I'm still I'm still navigating where I am right now, in like many different aspects of my life. And I'm still trying to get through kind of the situation that I'm still in at the moment. So basically my life was kind of altered, significantly in the middle of the year, and apart from just how it affected my mood and like my energy and my outlook on like even doing my makeup and my like motivation to do my makeup, which I had almost none of for a very long time and throughout kind of these past 6 months, it changed my everyday routine and life. So I wasn't even doing makeup that often, and definitely not in the same way that I was doing it in the first half of the year when I created this project. So that kind of explains why not only were like my updates kind of scattered and late all the time, but also like why I didn't have very good progress on a lot of stuff. And eventually I did meet my goal, because as I was able to readjust my life, I was able to readjust my project. So I kind of made things work in the end that way. But next year I'll be kind of making things a little bit more flexible and easier for myself as far as panning, so that this kind of situation doesn't happen again. It kind of happened in 2022 as well, where I got a different job than I had in the beginning of 2022, and that changed how I was doing my makeup, because previously I had been working from home and I could do any type of makeup any day that I wanted, and then that changed. And then in 2023 my life changed and that affected stuff. So I'll kind of talk about this change a little bit more, and I'm planning on doing a video about reflecting on my empties for the year. So we'll talk a little bit more about that in that video. But just specifically for this project, yeah, things did not go as planned. They kind of never do, but this one definitely was uprooted very much in the middle of the year. So I am proud of myself for being able to like pull it together towards like the last trimester of the year and kind of figure out a different way to do things for myself, and you know, learn how to adapt, which is kind of ridiculous because it's literally just makeup and beauty products. But you know, I really had to start somewhere, and panning has been kind of one of, and like uploading, even if I didn't do it all the time, it has been one of the only things that has been getting me through this whole situation. It's been kind of like a reprieve from everything that's been going on. I might not have always been in the best mood or had the best quality or had the best setup and lighting. I hardly ever uploaded on time, pretty much starting from the second half of the year. Didn't have great progress, especially on my eyeshadows. But yeah, I think I'm looking forward to next year's year-long project pan, because I am gonna do one next year, and I'm looking forward to changing things up a little bit for myself and seeing where the year takes me. So if you watch this video and actually listen to me just talk about some nonsense, thank you. I appreciate you as a viewer. You know, even if you've never interacted with me, you know, it's still, this community like really has been a great support for me. So thank you so much. I'll have a few more videos before the very end of the year, but I hope everyone has been having happy holidays, and I hope everyone has a great new year if you celebrate at this time, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.